FM. It's gone 16 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock already. It is time for us to get inside the grapevine and start digging up all of those juicy entertainment stories and more. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. You can be part of this conversation inside the grapevine on 0809-444-0981. Send your reaction to any of the grapevine stories this morning. As I've been joined by Irabor Okosun this morning. Good morning, Irabor.
Good morning. How is everything? Good morning, Lagos.
Well, thank you, Irabor. So let's get into this one because I know all eyes watching you. Don't worry. You can't be too far from where those big eyes can see you. That's saying this to say that. Well, it seemed like for now, we can heave a sigh of relief for those who are diehard fans. And no matter what you say about the reality TV show, look, there are those who even after criticizing, we still catch them peeping with one side of their eyes. And sometimes they expect us to still tell them how far. And they even know most of the housemates better than some of us who devote time to check out favorites in the house. Still don't get the gist? Okay, it's just simply saying it's come to an end. That's talking about the Big Brother Naija All-Star season. It's come to an end and a winner has emerged. And she goes by the acronym or the AKA Gen Z Baddie. And still talking about Ilebaye Odinia from Kogi State. Did you see this as a surprise coming, Irabor?
No, I didn't see. She was my pick, actually. Congrats to her. 120 million naira. Wow. In this climate, in this whole situation that is Nigeria at the moment. So anybody who really doesn't like Bibi Naija, well, okay. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I watch it for different reasons, from the branding aspect, the corporate comms aspect, the events management aspect, the marketing aspect, media relation aspect, and also, from the creative standpoint too. So when you're in the media business, or the Nollywood business, or just the entertainment business in general, anything that is going on, you definitely have to monitor it. So it's a guilty pleasure for so many people. They love the gossip. It is going to keep on going. It was very right for them to bring it back in 2017, Abi. Well, it was, 2017, with Bisola and Co. So we're in the technology age. Social media is booming. So it is only right to tap into it, most definitely. So it is a censored show. It is restricted for a certain age group. So kudos to the organizers to me, in my own opinion, this is the better Bibi Naija out of all the rest. It was drama filled. It was really, 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 really interesting to watch. And I didn't expect it to be this great because of the All-Stars, because they knew each other, or at least we knew them. But the cast of people that they brought together, kudos to the organizers for sure.
And that's for me. Before we go into some other issues, there's been some backlash about the management of the polling results from the votes cast. It seemed like this time around, before the show, the final announcement, the winner is out there on the street, and some persons have been saying as a matter of fact, let's say Erica, a former housemate, who's gone ahead now to do bigger things ahead and who seem maybe larger than the show itself right now, is saying they could do better with the management of the result next time. What's your take on that?
First of all, I don't think any of them, the housemates, can get bigger than the show itself. Even Ebuka, who didn't win it and has gone on to, show what he's the epitome of what, a brand can become after going through that show. And that was somebody who went to the show before social media, like the way it was, the way it is now, compared to the way it was then. So, yes, you would always have reservations, gossip, and ways many people may feel that, certain things can be done, especially in this case, Bibi Naija. Of course, I'm sure that they are doing their post-mortem at the moment. They probably would have done it yesterday or do it for the rest of the week, to see where they can tweak things here and there. And but if you're going to look at the general overview of that show, come on. I'm not saying that they shouldn't take criticism, but the criticism, wherever it's coming from somebody like Erica, okay, all right.
But again, I like to still stay on this theme because seeing how she had come to pick the prize, the jackpot, in the presence of a CC, who, look, she was just as true. And if that's we are saying reality TV and being yourself and being blunt and not caring what other persons think, you would think probably a CC would be walking away with it, or probably even Lambo herself, Mercy Eke.
All right, so let's throw some shade this morning. Sisi, who is a lawyer, is somebody who does not know the arm of government that creates laws. Come on, like, I don't even know what to say about that. If we're going to pick winners, yes, Ilebaye has her own thing going. A lot of people, even Mercy Lambo, I still till today don't understand what Mercy Lambo does or brings to the table. Yeah, she's entertaining. She has all those aesthetics and all those things. Yeah, you can, each corner can fight for their respective, housemates or their respective ships or their respective whatever. At the end of the day, it is drama, it is fun, it is interesting to watch. So it's even a testament to what they are expecting to happen, which is what we're doing right now, talking about it. And, this person says that, this person says this, does that. It gives them traffic. So even if Erica is criticizing them, it is still giving them traffic at the end of the day, because she still came through the ranks of that. People, I knew about Erica because I'm in Nollywood. She featured in some films before by Chinilove Eze. Shout out to Chinilove Eze. Those are the people that are really, really,
Sorry, Irabor, I missed that part. Did you featured in a film alongside her? I want to
No. She has featured in films, Nollywood films before BB Nigeria stardom. She was an actress. She was a Nollywood actress indeed, like in films. So I'm mentioning one of the films she has featured in, and predominantly one of the producers that always used to use her or still uses her is Chinilove Eze, one of the people in Nollywood that is a stakeholder. Many people may not know about her, but she has a lot of work under her belt. So when BB Nigeria happened, you can understand the traffic that would go with Erica as a result. Before that, nobody really cared. So these guys need to also be careful with how they talk to sometimes. I'm not saying you shouldn't criticize. No, I'm saying sometimes they just loosely talk sometimes. So they need to also watch it because they should know where they also come from.
Okay, so as we get ready to close it up, on the show is closed already, so we also want to close it up for them properly by just putting the nail on it finally until the next one comes. But they say in the ways of the world that it is the basket or the bucket that is almost full that the world like to help you also help fill quickly. That is to say that you said Ilebaye is walking away with about 120 million naira, but I hear she's a 10 million naira also reacher because Davido's wife, Chef Chioma, has also said, come take 10 million and add to that.
That's what happens, when you're on this show.
When you are here, I am here.
Yeah, when we are both here talking about it, just for the fact that we are talking about it, shouldn't we be paid too? Abi? But congrats to Ilebaye. Yeah. She deserves everything she's getting. I just hope that, they all pull an Ebuka in their respective manners, where even a Toby Bakre too, they all pull that whole, you've been through a certain show or platform that has given you the spotlight. How do you now translate it to a very sustainable pattern of making sure that you are covered financially?
How can we not even mention an Kuti who also has seen just
also an Uti, an Uti, Ebuka, even a cartoon too as well. That's why I say there are people who aren't in front of the camera, but also still doing certain things. Like one of the people that I even respect a lot is Daria Atalade, and the likes of Banky W as well. Those guys, they're doing things if you really, really watch.
Okay. Walking away from the BB house, the plug's been pulled out of it. So let's move on to Afrobeat now. This is the Afrobeat without the S, Afrobeat. And we're talking about the son of the legendary fella Anikulapo Kuti, Seun Kuti, who's also pulling his weight and getting the family tradition moving in terms of Afrobeat. But this time, he is not with his sax, but he seems to be walking down the runway. I was spotted at the Paris fashion show, and One is just saying, I hope he doesn't come home with bed bugs from the gist I hear from the Paris as we speak now. Irabor.
Whenever anybody, is a citizen of a certain country and they go outside to do something, for work outside their shores, it's a very big thing. So I'm happy for him. Not really a fan of Seun Kuti, but I will always, talk about whenever he does something right or he has achieved something that is worthy of note, which is, walking at Paris Fashion Week, whether it's because of your dad or it's not because of your dad or it's because of anything, the fact that you got there, congrats to you. That's all I can say about this, really. I'll just leave it be because in my own opinion, I don't think Seun Kuti has really leveraged, that name, or I don't think Seun Kuti understands what he is supposed to do. I think he's just, how do I put it now? I think he's just, when you blow a balloon and it has air inside, are you going to use it to decorate or are you going to give it to a child to play with? But his own case is they've blown the air into the balloon and it has been let go and it's just all over the place.
I'm tempted to just throw this in. So you wouldn't find Seun Kuti's sense of fashion. Probably I wouldn't catch you on someday sporting it.
No, the sense of fashion today, you can't really define it. Anybody wears anything and it's fashion. I mean, I really don't know what to say about fashion today. Like if you're going to grade fashion of the 50s, 60s, 70s, you can pinpoint and say, oh, this is what it was about. The fashion of today, I think is just anyhow. That should be like anyhow. So I can wear singlet and baggy trousers and boots and throw on Ashoki. And people like, vibes. And
it was a taboo to have been seen sporting a sneaker on your African print pants, but as it is, it's free now to go with.
I mean, anything. So right now, anything goes. You can color block. You can wear check with stripes, polka dots, and I mean, like you can even throw a duvet on your body and be like, man, this is fashion. It's sick. Yeah, vibes. And so again, I will still keep my slim jeans and my normal, tailored fitted clothes to myself and move.
All you millennials, it seems we know where this one is coming from. Well, moving on. If we can do this in 2 minutes, I'll be happy as we hear, well, even the fact that we no longer probably could hug and kiss any longer. I'm not you now. I'm talking about a man and a woman now that's relating. So Funke Akindele and ex-husband JJ Skills seem to have been, well, even if they are not in marital terms any longer, they can still do business.
Yeah. It is not everybody that can, distinguish or cope with working with their partner, whether ex or current, and try to compartmentalize between, a failed relationship, or I wouldn't even want to use the word failed relationship, or a messy divorce or something, and still want to do business and know how to compartmentalize and differentiate and separate all those different emotions. It's tough. Even trying to, I remember when I was trying to teach my ex-girlfriend to drive. My God, it was crazy. She drove me mad. So
someone will be asking, were there no driving schools back then? Well, I'm just saying.
So the thing is, you think, you're in love with this person, fine, I teach you how to drive. It should be a smooth ride. Nah, you get shocked at the end of it. But so my point is, it's great to see Funke and JJC skills still be able to work together. So I don't know if this was something they had done before the dissolution of their marriage, or this was something that was done while that was happening or afterwards. So, but then again, it's good to see two mature people, make sure that whatever it is that they're invested in is going to be seen through regardless of what's going on at home.
And it's for the web to get spotted together for the premiere of the movie She Must Be Obeyed. And that in itself gave opportunity to one of this former BBN housemate V. Also who featured in that film also. Yeah,
so you see my point with the BB Nigeria thing. So they may not have been all stars, but she's also there. So it's how you market yourself.
Okay. Yeah, but it looks like I see a green light here for us for traffic. So when we come back, still more stories up ahead. You're on to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. Stay tuned.
My name is IBK Spaceship Boss. I inspire my world through music. 98.1. Love music. Love life. Stay tuned.
This is Mr. C, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1 for music and more.
And we're back. It's still Smooth 98.1 FM. And let's get into the conversation inside the Grapevine. Irabor Okosun is still here with me. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Irabor.
I'm here.
Okay, still got you there. So we move away now to this son of a carpenter, in itself, where they say, for a man with a hammer, whatever he sees become a nail. So it just gets to begin to hammer on everything that comes along his way. That's simply saying that he's not afraid of a fight. As a matter of fact, he goes for it and cuts it, and then whatever happens, it bears his mind. That's talking about Brimo Olawale speaking at this time. The last time we heard about him was when he said, well, he sleeps with his muse, to get inspired creatively to write all of those Femi kind of song and many more. And then at some point, he wasn't afraid to say that, look, at some point, I wanted to, look for something romantic so that the song we would do as a collabo with Mrs. Gold would look so good. But this time around is going for the juggler of the African giant. And do you see him surviving this one when he says that Burna Boy is cheap and very unoriginal? And so that leaves him as the only original copy.
So I don't think nobody's perfect, first of all. I don't think Brimo, should be the one to talk, in this case, because he too has his own issues that is so outrageous that even if it's just compared to that whole Sheyi issue in Bibi Nigeria, where even if you're thinking certain things, you're not supposed to say it. You understand? So the likes of Brimo, the likes of Seun Kuti, the likes of Yule Doche, we've booted them out of our men's WhatsApp group. They're not in our men's WhatsApp group. The true gentlemen, they're not there anymore. So whether or not they are talented, we don't care. We've booted them out. So when you just see certain statements, if you're going to compare Burna Boy and Brimo, just face value, what respective individuals have achieved. Brimo should just sit down and, go somewhere and not talk. You get my point. Burna Boy is a Grammy Award-winning artist, a brand influencer, a successful individual, that is dealing internationally. You get my point. So Brimo didn't crack that ceiling. So I don't know why he would say things like this, except somebody has really, really done something to you, from a moral standpoint. I don't think these guys need to be talking like this. You get my point. They are not, I don't know. It's so me, myself now, we have different responsibilities in the industry. So I can be on Grapevine and talk about certain things. And even when I talk about it from, to me, from a very informed standpoint and, in my own opinion and all that. But someone like Brimo, to his counterpart, in fact, not even his counterpart because Burna Boy passed him. But when you hear things like this, I don't really understand it. I don't get it. I don't get the angle. In my own opinion, Brimo should just focus, just like with Tonto Dike, should focus on the art, should go and do the art that we presume to know you for, and keep improving and break that ceiling so that we can also celebrate you, because you are supposed to be where Burna Boy is. So when I see or hear things, I'm just like, guy, shut up, but okay, that's just me.
Well, see how Tonto would just be sitting somewhere this Tuesday morning, and then Brimo ordinarily now made you throw a stray at her at this time. She didn't come for you now, but then it's Brimo who dragged her into this.
You see, that's what happens when you don't behave yourself. in these streets. Sure, you get like imagine saying. In fact, this whole fella thing has been overflogged, in my own opinion.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when black people, when they're doing all those their shows where they beef each other or diss each other, for fun, where they're always like trying to liken white people with certain things, and you're like, and black people are trying to do, so it's just like, we'll move on. I beg, Jerry, come up with something more creative. Leave fella has gone. You understand?
Yeah.
You two, there you have elements of fella. So what is your problem? He has used it well. Even Jay-Z used Nas's style and really took it further than Nas. You can go on and on and on. We are artists. We steal from each other. Even Frank Adoro put out a video one time on Instagram and said that a lot of people say, oh, you're so great. It's like, yes, I still like an artist. Like, okay, who are the people that have done it before? You get my point. Like, who are the people that are doing it currently? What can I learn from this person? I mean, a lot of us learn. Me, for example, there's so many people that I check out, like, oh, what is Ebuka doing? How is he presenting? What is he wearing? Okay, I'm not a fan of this outfit. Oh, I'm a fan of this one he wore last when he did, when he announced the winner. Oh, how is he moving? How is this person moving? I'm a fan of Hero Daniels. I'm a fan of Chewy Chew. I check what they're doing. No hate. So like, okay, these guys, how are they moving? Then me too. What am I doing? What do I need to do? So we need to really, yes, there are a lot of people that don't celebrate each other. Yeah, even me too. There are some people that I'm so surprised that when you try to, do something with them or reach out, but you leave it be like that. But you would never hear me, except, again, like I said, except it comes from somewhere where, something has happened, then you can criticize. But if it's just, you just sit down and maybe you're probably hating and you just say, this person is not original, like, and the person is successful, like, even if you want to even have an issue with Mercy Lambo, for example, and say, oh, why is Cece, making money? She was on Big Brother. Oh yeah, you get yourself to Big Brother so that you too can also, because even if they don't know what the legislature does, or you don't know what Mercy Lambo does, or it's just moving up and down, like, there are certain things that just, anyway, let's just move on.
Irabor, let's get, okay, finally, I see the light and live just going on now, but let's go to, let the listener know they can react to any of this issue inside the Grapevine on 0809-444-0981. Get the WhatsApp messages in. And just to give credit also that this story relating to Brimo is taken off of a recent interview it granted to the TVC, and that's where all of these issues saying that Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid are thieves for trying to overshadow Fela's Afrobeat music. Moving on. If they will write an apology someday, we don't know. But the definition of an apology is simply saying that it must also have the word sorry in it, and then making things right going forward. Now, I'm saying this to say that the Buruburu himself, I'm talking about Basket Mouth, in recent weeks on this show, when people have called him out for different issues, from AY to the stalker, about the things he has done with his influence, trying to suppress people, he has not spoken up, but he just let out a recent video. It was on Monday, where he tend to apologize to AY, a fellow comedian in the industry, and also every other person he might have offended. Did he leave this apology a little too late?
No. It's not. I mean, yeah, there's some apologies that you'd be like, oh, I wish you had done it earlier. But I mean, it's never too late for a genuine, operative word, genuine apology. I think this one is more. It just reminds, this apology, when I saw it, just reminds me of there's a TV series on a certain streaming platform called Sex Education. So there's this what do you call these people, like therapist who was trying to apologize to somebody specifically, now made a very general apology and put it online. So somebody had to now come and meet her to tell her that you have to apologize to this person face to face. So imagine a therapist who is supposed to know what to do didn't do that. So when I saw it, I was just like, I really hope this was done to let the world know that, oh, I am apologizing, or I've apologized, but I hope that the one-on-one, face-to-face realness of the apology was done to the person or persons that were affected. Because a lot of people hurt. A lot of things can change somebody's disposition towards you. You really don't know. That's why I keep saying, I have to use pidgin here. you guys know how to take talk. You understand? You cannot just be talking or doing anyhow, except you have a trust fund somewhere where nothing affects you. Fine. So hopefully Basket Mouth and AY can work together, because it's going to be great for the culture. I don't think we have the depth of talent out there yet where beef can be monetized, or even if it should be monetized, because we need more people out there. We need these guys to work together. 17 years to fight. Wow, my God, that's a lot of time. I mean, I've lost relationships where people just a sorry would have solved the problem. But a lot of people, their shoulder, I don't know, it's like the 80s fashion for women. The shoulder is so high.
Let's throw in a few messages in here. I've got Xavier from Bagada saying, hi. I beg you in God's name, henceforth, any news of the Omo Carpenter shouldn't be brought to the grapevine. There is a difference between being blunt and being classless and crass. He had a show over the weekend. A friend of mine attended it. We saw later yesterday and I asked him why he attended the show. He said he has differentiated the art from the artist. I used to like Brimo before now, but after all the nonsense he said during the election season, I wrote him off. Like Irabor said, he ought to be in the same level with Burna Wizkid because of his kind of music, and even with the fact that he has been around for a long while. But it is a perfect definition of your attitude determines your altitude. Xavier from Bagada. And then I have got this one in from Tayo. I think that's still in the Aja axis if he's still there this morning. Basket Mouth is doing a dodgy apology. Before others do tales by moonlight on him, while lobbying for another gig, he didn't pay. Okay, goes on. Is doing Ogbon Sadiq, in the words of Ashake, in working overtime, but we can test his sincerity by having AY come on stage. He thinks he did wise. Moving on. Now we get on to this next story, and that's if you're a fan of Harry Potter, one of those favorite faces you've seen, wizened old man there has passed on. The character Dumbledore actor Michael Gambon passed on at the age of 82, Irish actor, and the world has been reacting to it, especially J.K. Rowling and the actor himself, Harry Potter, the guy who played it.
So when I don't know what happened yesterday. Was it yesterday? I mean, when, or a few days ago, where I was just seeing different memes about this Michael Gambon guy. I was like, why is this guy just popping on my Instagram, different scenes here and there? I was just wondering, okay, let me even check, because all these algorithms are very funny. And actually I was like, oh wow, this guy has passed on. And when you see these actors back in the day when these movies came out, there was no social media. So except you're a fan or it was just passed around in CDs or flash drives back in the day, you're like, oh, this person. This guy, if you really check this guy out, he's an outstanding actor. If you're a film person, go and watch previous works, not just the ones that, we know, Harry Potter and everything. I mean, there are several films like Layer Cake. He also was in The King's Speech in 2010. Like, there are a lot of great movies.
It was also in King Lear too. He was an he was an on-stage actor too, performer. Yeah.
So this guy is a star. He has the CB accolade that was offered to him by the Queen, the late Queen. So his acting career has really, really gone far, over 6 decades long. I mean, he has received about 4 BAFTAs. He's a stellar actor. I mean, such actors in his generation, you're going to start seeing the likes of Al Pacino. You're going to be hearing, okay, between now and the next 10 years, like, oh, the passing of Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, like they are now old. When I saw Denzel in Equalizer, I was like, Baba done the old though. Even my parents, like, when it was this year, that I saw my dad, I saw my mom. I said, man, my parents are getting old though. Or older, basically. Like, I say, wow. So, I just, that was when it dawned on me, like, man, so you're really going to have to face losing these people within a period of time. So yeah, it happens.
Then that's simply saying, reading the words of J.K. Rowling, the author of the work that was translated into the movie we've seen all this while, saying, I've just heard the news, the awful news about Michael Gumbo. The first time I ever laid eyes on him was in King Lear in 1982. And if you told me that brilliant actor would appear in anything I had written, I would have thought you were insane.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's also this actress, Maggie Smith.
Yes.
I mean, Maggie Smith, if you've seen Downton Abbey, Maggie Smith, if you go back to Maggie Smith's days, of Sister Act, of The Miracle Club, of the movie Hook with the late Robin Williams, I mean, you would just be like, wow. And she was a beautiful woman in her day, and she's about 80 something, 88 right now. Then you now hear, oh, Maggie Smith has passed on. You're like, now, wow, this very talented woman.
How can you forget Julie Andrews too?
I mean, they love them. I mean, this woman is now in wheelchair. They're pushing her around, and you're like, Maggie Smith of those days. Wow.
Yeah.
So we are there now. And
Irabor, we have to close on this one, and that's after over 27 years, as we see Tupac Shakur, one of the mastermind of his assassination, the drive-by shooting in that era, has been found. So it seems like the wheel of justice might grind very slow, but it would find you eventually.
That wheel has been there since everybody knew what's up. Okay. I don't know how or why. Maybe they had a round table to say, I think we should just bring this one out. So, but good luck to that case of the entire Tupac and Biggie saga.
So you might say, if we find the person responsible for Tupac's, the other person on the East Coast would also say, what about our own?
No, I'm just saying that that case is deeper and simpler at the same time than what people just think. The people involved, or the people from both camps, or the people in that community or the industry at that time understand what happened and what the whole case is about. So, but again, we will talk about it, and things will keep unfolding, even if it's in the next 27 years. Probably we're doing Grapevine from a tree or something.
Oh, come on, Irabor. That's a good place to wrap it up. Since you want us to go on the tree to do the next Grapevine edition, let's see if we can talk to management to get us to that tree. Well, Irabor, Okosun, thank you so much for your time on the show this morning.
Pleasure always. Good morning.
Morning. Have a great day. And that's a wrap on the Grapevine. Stay tuned. We're Smooth 98.1 FM. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa.